Hi, we are here at COP28 Dubai. With me is Danielle Wood, professor at MIT in United States of America. She is here to showcase how satellite data and satellite intelligence can be used to mitigate climate change in the world. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
What brings you here at COP28?
I want to share the news that there's a lot of free and commercially available data that's vital to our work in addressing climate change. We can use satellites to observe what's happening in the oceans, with our forests and vegetation, our crops. We can even monitor greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Can you delve in a little bit deeper of what kind of the technologies that we can use in doing this mitigation?
There's new commercially available data, especially in the methane space, that's coming online now, and plenty of government data, for example, from the United States and from Europe, and some of that data is freely available. But there is a lot of work that's needed using both cloud computing, sometimes artificial intelligence, to help make these large data sets available for policymakers so they can track what's happening with climate change and climate mitigation.
It's indeed very satisfying to know that policymakers can be helped with this data. And as you know that even though they make only 6% of the population, the indigenous people of the world protect more than 80% of the global biodiversity. So how do you find your data in helping the indigenous people?
I work a lot with indigenous leaders who ask me how they can also use satellite technology to monitor their own lands. In particular, in the United States, for example, there's a large tribe in California called the Yurok tribe. They actually invited me to join them here at COP to talk about how we're using NASA satellite data to monitor their forests. They're participating in carbon markets because they are trying to raise money to acquire their traditional land, and they want to show using satellite data that they are preserving forests and earning carbon credits.
So one of the thematic days here in COP28 was Indigenous People Day. How was your experience of it?
Yes, I was really struck emotionally by the strong voices of indigenous leaders. They were, of course, raising the important alarm that many of their lands and ways of life are threatened by climate change. They also highlighted the hope because they have many good ideas on ways to change how we operate to reduce climate impacts.
Okay, one last question for you. India and the United States of America is collaborating in a project called NISAR, synthetic aperture radar. So how do you think that the data from this satellite is going to help in climate change mitigation?
I'm very excited about the NASA-Israel cooperation. Synthetic aperture radar is a great technology where a satellite orbits the Earth. It sends a radio signal from space down to Earth, helps us measure what's happening with soil moisture. I'm working, for example, on a project in Africa, in the country of Angola, and we need high-resolution data about soil moisture, such as we're going to get from NISAR. This will help us understand who's impacted by floods and droughts.
That was enchanted to talk with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Danielle Wood. Thank you so much.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.